everybody has something in them that they could share that'll bring joy and bring people together and make a whole room laugh. You just have to take the time out and find out what that is. But we all have that in us. I do believe that now. Whether you become a comedian out of it, whether you keep performing, and whether you develop into a comic, that's a whole other story. But for one night, for 7 minutes, it brings everybody together.
My name is Nicholas. Was definitely the class clown growing up. I was kicked out of class on a constant.
My name is Bryce. I wasn't really the class clown in school. I always thought the class clown was kind of annoying.
My name is Seiko. I'm originally from Japan.
My name is Puja, and I've lived in England, India, and now in Michigan.
My name is PJ Alexander. I was born and raised in Holland Park, HP for life.
I'm 18 years old.
I'm Matilda, and I'm not 18 years old.
I'm a corporate trainer.
My husband and I have an online marketing company in Michigan.
I used to work in a funeral home in customer service. Everybody thinks that's funny. I don't think that's funny. I'm single. My best pickup line hasn't worked out yet, but it is important than what happened.
I'm married, and we've got 2 boys, 8 and 11.
I'm recently divorced. I absolutely love it. I suck at being single, but I'm having fun sucking at being single.
I want to be a comedian.
A comedian.
A comedian.
I want to be a comedian.
It's really that simple. This is a process they're going to go through. When you see somebody on television doing stand-up comedy, they didn't just write it that morning. They've been out at open mics working it out. They've been doing shows. They've been doing bar gigs. They're going to the lowest of low places to stand up in front of 5 people just to say it again, just to try to work it out again. Hard work has to go into this. If that's your goal in the end, is to be a working comic. If that's your goal, to try to get on television. And why are you here? Some of you might be here because you want to work on your public speaking skills. Some of you might be here because you just want to cut us once. Say, hey, I did stand up. There's nothing wrong with that either. We're going to work just as hard. Not all of you have the same dream or backgrounds. That's what makes us great. And remember, this is your voice. This is your fingerprint. You're going to do this starting today. Prepare for it. We're going to kick ass on that grad show. You're going to be great. You're going to put the time and effort. Why are you here?
I like stand-up comedy. I've been wanting to take this class for years. I just never had the confidence to do it.
Okay.
I turned 40 a couple of months ago, and I was like, I gotta do it now before I die. So I'm gonna check it out.
It's 40 and then it's death. Really? There's nothing in between.
My name is Seiko. I'm originally.
The great thing about comedy, Seiko, is you say that, they're going to applaud when you come out. You get applause, you don't even have to do anything. That's the great thing about comedy. You're not going to get up here and improvise. Start putting down your ideas. Write them down. Everything. Everything. Don't think you're going to remember. Okay? Don't say, oh, that was funny. I'm going to... And then somebody talks to you like, you'll be walking up, what was that joke? It'll drive you mad. It will drive you mad. I've been teaching this class for the last 10 years at the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak. It's a great class, gets a lot of people coming out, all walks of life come out to take this class. I've had CEOs, I've had the guy who runs Dale Carnegie took this class a few years ago, so which is kind of a feather in the cap. And then, you know, from housewives to students to the guy who works at the car wash to teachers, you name it, everybody comes through here. It's amazing how comedy is a draw for everybody who want to try stand-up and get involved and express their ideas. So yeah.
So I've been putting down some things that I've been thinking about. My daughter came in the house the other day. She had on a T-shirt that said, "Bitch, I might." And I'm thinking, might what? Kick my ass? Go get a job? What you gonna do? You know, who wears that T-shirt?
The line there. I might what? You might get a job. I go right to that one. That's good.
So
might start kicking in for rent. Might start.
Right. Oh, I got a bunch of mites. I got a list. I got you.
Some of you might know that I used to work at a funeral home.
No, they don't.
No, you don't know that, do you? Okay, well, I used to work at a funeral home.
By a round of applause, anybody here planning on dying? You gotta try to get laughs in here, so come up with something after that.
Okay.
What'd you do there?
Well, I worked in customer service. I can't believe people think that's funny.
When you take a comedy class, at least my approach is I can't teach anybody to be funny. That's just not, I don't do that. But what I can do is I help coach them, get their thoughts organized, give them the confidence, push them to write, and show them what it takes when you start out in comedy. It's a lot of work. You gotta tag that now. We need two things to tag.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah,
mentally unstable and brother. I mean, look at me. It looks like I set fires. Okay,
Okay.
Two little things kind of describe
Yeah,
the play to what you just said right there, okay?
Okay, great.
And that adds punchlines, Bryce, and it gives you more laughs. And that's what you should
Yeah.
do. With.
With a last name like Pizzuti, people commonly ask me, are you Italian? And don't do that, because it's Italian. Nobody walks up to somebody and asks them if they're German.
I took this class 20 years ago. There was a different teacher, obviously, because I took the class, and it was great. I got my first laugh, and I was hooked and ready to keep making people laugh, and then I got asked to teach this class over time, and I took the opportunity, and it's just been a great experience. I've met so many different people and from so many different backgrounds. It's just been a really great experience. So.
We're 5 days to graduation. The countdown's on. Pretty excited.
Well, I'm kind of nervous and excited. And I'm always scared if my joke would work to the audience.
I'm feeling really good about the material, but just really nervous with something I've never done before. Just, I have no idea how it's gonna go. You know, I invited a lot of my family there, and I'm not sure how they're gonna react to anything that I say either.
With in my act, I do have some off-color material in my act, and with comedy, that's why you do it. I mean, you want to make, you know, if you have to walk around because your mother is out in the audience, then it's no fun. I mean, what's the point of doing it if you have to walk around and tiptoe around the bush? No, they know when they come to see my act, what you see is what you get. So yeah, I don't change my material up because grandma's coming to see me.
All right, thank you guys very much. You guys excited to be here tonight? You got friends and family coming out to watch them, huh? Making a big leap to do this. It takes a lot of balls to get out here and do this, huh? So must be a good crowd for them tonight, huh? Put your hands together for PJ.
Hey, how y'all doing? I can't hear you. How y'all doing? I got some shit I gotta tell y'all. I can't afford a therapist. Guess what, y'all it.
Hello everyone, thank you. My name is Robyn. It's a little non-masculine, dainty, and a little gender specific. I asked my mom, why? Really, Mom, why? Really? Robyn, really, why? Well, we were flipping through a baby name book, and we came with the R's, and you started kicking at Robyn. Oh, that's right, I vaguely remember that. Yeah. No. Go back to Richard, that's more manly. No. I think it's how it happened.
Anybody here ever have a friend with benefits? Clap if you had a friend with benefits. Okay. A year ago, I had a friend with benefits. And you know what she said to me? She said, Matt, I want you to get a job so you too can have benefits.
I'm an empty nester now. You know what that means? That means that I get to take a shit by myself and don't have to talk to my kids through the door.
You know, I don't want to be alone in the rest of my life, so I start dating American girls just to find a wife. So, you know, as long as I wear these t-shirts and I offer some free sushi, it's easy for me to have a date with American hot chicks. You know, it's like that. Because they love sushi, especially free ones, free sushi. So, but I found a couple issues with American dating. When They say sushi. They usually mean California rolls.
I know I look a decade younger than I actually am. Just last week I went to drop off my little cousin at daycare. They mistook me for one of the kids and wouldn't let me leave. I was screaming at them, "I'm a legal adult, I drove here." So they put me in for a nap until I calmed down.
And Bob and I, me and Bob get to spend a whole lot of time together. You know who Bob is. That's my battery-operated boyfriend. Oh, don't judge me.
How do you guys like those new roundabouts? They say there's been less accidents since they've installed them, but that's because people try to avoid them. But I had to get on that big one out there by M53 in Van Dyke. I drove around for 3 frickin' hours before I could get off. How the hell did I know the guy in front of me didn't know where he was going either?
My name is Nicholas, like the saint, last name Pizzuti. With a last name like Pizzuti, people always ask me, how do you spell that? That's P-I as in Magnum, Z-Z as in top, UTI as in urinary tract.
One day she forgot to change clothes. She came home with a t-shirt on with the state of Idaho on it said, "Idaho, no Udaho." I had to take that t-shirt from her. I told her I'd put it up for her, hold it, maybe when she gets a little bit older, she could wear it. I didn't put that t-shirt up, I wore that t-shirt to the club.
How are you all doing today? Oh, I recognize some of those voices. You probably recognize mine too. Let me refresh your memory. Good morning, sir. This is Betty from AT&T.
I don't really talk like that.
Let me tell y'all the difference between raising a girl and a boy, and I'm gonna do it in t-shirt talk. My daughter had a t-shirt that said, "Bitch, I might." You might what? Get a job, get an education, get the out my house. What might you do? My son had a t-shirt that said, "Fart loading," with a scale at 70%. Like, don't be around when you get to 100. That's my time.
Nicholas Pizzuti. Puja Gupta. Matt Turner. Bryce Carlisle. PJ Alexander.
You know, comedy brings people together. We don't have to fight about our differences. We can laugh together. All ages, all cultures. You saw that in the show tonight, from Japanese to Indian to African American to young to old. The comedy is really for everybody, and everybody puts their own fingerprint on their message, and nobody's going to do comedy the same way. Everybody's going to have their own unique take for the most part. Especially if you do this for a while, you'll find your voice and you'll find what you find funny and make it universal. So